The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
This is the Inferno Podcast. It's the official podcast of UAB Athletics. Blazer fans, this is the place every week for an inside look into UAB Athletics. This episode is brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Welcome into the Inferno Podcast, Season 3, Episode 9 here. Scott Griffin here. We're going to talk some men's golf today. But first of all, before we go to the rundown, it's always brought to you by Legacy Credit Union, the official credit union of UAB Athletics. Golf, again, they have started, and they started in a big way already. We'll get into that. But we have a couple of players on, Morgan Slayton and Erik Olin. Erik Olin's from Sweden, as you might imagine. Slayton from right up the road in Huntsville. So we got some differences there. Charlie Hoyle will be our guest, the second-year coach for men's golf as well. We'll get into UAB Beach Volleyball. Huge start to their season as well, as they have a top 20 upset to talk about. Men's basketball still struggling a little bit at home, but still playing lights out on the road. They've still got a game left before the American Conference tournament begins next week. UAB softball, very close to upsetting South Carolina. We'll talk about them a little bit. And baseball, still rocking along as well, and we'll go over their schedule. So without further ado, we'll take a break. We'll come back with more here of the Inferno Podcast. Talk a little golf. Stay with us.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Inferno Podcast. I'm Scott Griffin, your host, and today's Blazers of the Week, of course, always sponsored by a new sponsor, Blazers Mobile. Be sure you get involved in that and really help out Blazer Athletics, as well as get some great cell service for yourself. We have two golfers today from UAB, of course, Erik Olin from Sweden, and then Morgan Slayton from just up the road in Huntsville.
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
how's it going?
Yes, sir. Doing good.
How are you?
Yeah, doing good. I'm glad we have the dichotomies here, so we can get into it, because you told me you transferred in from South Carolina, Aiken.
Yes, sir.
And you've been here the whole time for 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So let's start with you. What made you get to UAB?
I mean, I felt a good connection with Coach Charlie. I think he knows a lot about golf. I came on a visit here too, and I liked everything I saw here with UAB. So I felt my decision was very easy.
Yeah, and it was more about golf because you're a graduate, so you're not as worried about academics at this point. Not, belaboring that or.
So technically, I had to transfer because I got another year eligibility. I went to junior college my freshman year. So it was this quarterback at Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, who also went to JUCO. He got another year of eligibility, so I got another year of eligibility because of that. So I had to go Division I actually to be able to get that year. And I just thought UAB would be perfect fit for me.
Yeah, so you got the Diego Pavia role.
Yes,
That's
sir.
pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
You don't have any interesting story like that, do you?
No,
you just came down the road.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, my recruitment process wasn't really too wide open. Had a few schools in touch, but really just kind of kept it close to home. UAB, they were doing pretty good at the time, and had a good schedule going, so I kind of just felt my heart to come here.
Yeah.
And it's got a great balance between academics and athletics. I think the city is really involved in UAB athletics, especially over the last 2 years or so. I think it's gotten a lot bigger with the resources that we have, and I think it was just a perfect fit for me, honestly.
So golf to me is intriguing because you're playing at different. You don't have visiting courts. Every week's a visiting court, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes,
or a visiting field. So, and then you have your home bases, but even at home, you've got different courses you can play. That's just golf, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, there's no real. You have your home course advantage if you're playing in your home tournament. Hopefully, you can get out there a few more times than the other teams. But like our home tournament, we play at a golf course that we played, I think, 4 times before the home tournament. So it's not necessarily a really home court advantage as opposed to some other sports. So you're always adapting and always changing to what is given to you.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. Golf is such a difficult game in general. So if you can have that home advantage, that would obviously be very, very beneficial for you.
So I'm intrigued by this, and you could start first. To me, golf can be 2 different ways. I can beat my opponent.
Yeah.
Not necessarily match play, but usually you're matched up against one guy and whatever, even if it's not match play. Or do you play the course, and it's me against the course, and that's how I focus and do it? Because there's,
that's kind of difficult too. But I'm just trying to do what I can do. I'm just trying to hit the best shot I can hit. Just trying to focus on myself. If you start focusing on your opponents, I don't think you're gonna play that well. So if you just focus on yourself, do as good as you possibly can. I think you will be in good shape.
You agree with that, or?
I do. Yeah, I think. Not every one golf shot is the same. That we'll all have. As opposed to like basketball, every layup. It's a layup.
Right.
As far as each hole is going to be different. We might play it different. We don't all hit it the same.
Yeah, you may play right to left, and
yes, sir.
He likes to cut.
Yeah.
So you got those holes playing to your advantage, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I definitely would say I'm more focused on just myself and playing the golf course, letting it come to me, and at the end of the day, if I'm at the top, then that's good.
So tell fans about your individual games. Are you a power player? Do you putt well? And give me your scouting report.
So my biggest strength is definitely off from the tee. I feel like I'm pretty decent with the driver. I hit it fairly straight. Decent with wedges too. So the ball striking aspect, I'm pretty solid at. I think I can improve my putting a little bit more. A lot of people say putting is the most important part of your game. So I definitely need to work on that a little bit more.
Yeah. What would you say about your game?
Yeah, I would say mostly most of my ball striking, iron play is kind of where I hang my hat on. Most times my good rounds come from me hitting a lot of greens and keeping it pretty consistent. Off the tee, I can get some more distance, so I can kind of overpower a golf course sometimes if need be. And then like Erik said, putting is where you make your money. So, you gotta constantly work on that and keep it going.
So how does it work? Because I know you guys have had personal coaches growing up, obviously, and you may still do. And then you have your college coach. So does the college coach overtake the personal coach, or do they just try to be there and kind of tell me that dynamic? So it's not like you're a basketball coach going, okay, run this system, do this. You're going to run what I say, right?
Yeah, definitely. So for me, I still have my coach back in Sweden that helps me. My coach here kind of give a little bit in tips and tricks on some things. If I feel like my ball strike is not right, maybe he can look at my alignment. We call it maintenance work basically.
Yeah.
So make sure your alignment is good, make sure your ball position is good, make sure your grip is good. So he helped me with that a lot.
So you do that over a Zoom or something, or?
No, that is with the coach here at UAB.
Oh, okay, I got you.
He helped me with that, and then more kind of like more difficult stuff to work on, maybe swing changes and stuff. I kind of talk to my coach back home.
Is that a Zoom thing, or he's
true.
looking at video going, I see this?
Yeah, or sometimes we just kind of talk over the phone, and when I go back to Sweden over the break, through the summer or the winter break, I might have a few lessons with him, so he makes sure my swing is good for the season.
How does it work with you guys?
Yeah, pretty much similar. My personal coach and then Coach Hoyle here, they kind of have a good relationship as far as communicating with each other, seeing what my personal coach thinks that I should be doing. And over the break,
because he's known you, and not to interrupt, but he's known you your whole way up.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why that I would think
there's
head coach now to coach
Yes,
before
sir.
needs to know that. Right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's a dynamic that you definitely have to have.
Yeah.
And an understanding that the personal coach probably knows more about the player itself than the head coach does.
Right.
I mean, Coach Hoyle here, we work a lot with just mostly, like Eric said, just maintenance work, making sure that the controllables are being controlled, and then after that, if it gets into a big actual full swing change, then we'll probably just go to our personal coaches. And then if we go have a lesson, then that personal coach will relay it to our head coach here.
Oh, really? Okay.
And just to make sure that he can be a closer eye for us while we're practicing.
Now, give people an idea watching. Are we talking about like subtle? Okay, your right knuckle needs to come over a little bit more. I mean, we're talking very subtle stuff, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
When you say a swing change, we're talking maybe the plane is a little flat, and
Yes,
you've got
sir.
or vice versa.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, they say golf is a game of inches, and it can be down to just a millimeter sometimes.
Wow.
The way if your shoulder's just a little bit offline, or your club face is a little shut or a little open, I mean, it can go not where you want it to go a lot of the time.
Right.
So it's fun. It always keeps you going. You're never gonna chase. I mean, you can chase excellence as much as you want, but you're never gonna get there.
You're not going to get perfection in golf.
No.
Yeah.
It's a sport that you always keep going.
All right, so I think, Eric, you finished third at the Hal Williams tournament?
he finished
No, you did. Okay.
Yes,
So you finished third, and as a team you finished
we finished third as well.
third
Team.
and beat like 3 ranked teams, like Rice and some other really good teams. That's the first tournament of the year. Did you guys just play out of your mind, or you think that's consistent what you can do? Or
I think that's what we can do. I think that's our standard. I felt like we put in a good work during the fall season. I think we had a little bit of a slow start, but we kept working hard, and our coaches coach us pretty well too to make us better. And I think we're at a spot now where we should be, basically. Yeah.
so how big a field are we talking about that you finished third in?
It was
Probably
120.
Guys?
Yeah, I don't know, 20.
100.
How many teams were there? 18 teams?
Yeah.
It's probably like 190 to 100 guys usually is what every field is. Yeah, it was fun. We played with Illinois. They're a top 15 team in the country the last day, and that was a pretty fun experience seeing what they do on the golf course. And yeah, I mean, I think that's our standard. I think that's what we hold ourselves to. And it was just a matter of finally buying into the process of what it means to go out and play at a high level. So yeah, that's I think that was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at the leaderboard. So Illinois won it,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Because you said they're really number 13 in the country. Southern Miss, then UAB. And then you're looking at South Alabama, who's on 57, Rice 53, and they're way down. So what an excellent tournament
Yes, sir.
to start with. And
Yes, sir.
did everybody else play? It's hard to get 5 or 6 to play right? But did everybody play pretty well, in your opinion, Eric?
I do. I feel like when it comes to the team aspect, I feel like everyone needs to contribute in a tournament, because there are 3 rounds, and it's easy for a player too that they don't play well, and then you need all the people to contribute. And we definitely did that at that tournament. Everyone had a round counting for us, and if you want to compete against the best, you got to have everyone helping out.
So you were 4th, right?
Yes, sir.
4th.
Yeah,
So
two
66, I'm looking at your score. 66, 66, 69.
fourth. Yes, sir.
Kind of on fuego, right? I mean, pretty hot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was quite fun being out there. And the first day we played 36 holes. The first day, and I got out there, and
That's good if you're playing well, right? 'Cause
yes,
it's
sir.
like,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't-
Yeah,
when
you
you get
don't-
through
you don't-
18, you don't want to stop.
yes, sir. You don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we started out pretty pretty normal. Just made a few pars in a row, and I knew the golf course was gettable, so you just had to be patient. That's what we talked about all week, was really just patience. And yeah, I made 2 or 3 birdies in a row, and then just started to get into a good rhythm, and then kept that going throughout the whole entire day. So yeah, it's fun when you start playing like that.
Yeah. Were you pleased with your rounds?
Yeah, I played good the first round and the third round. The second round, I kind of struggled a little bit. Overall, a decent performance for me. I think it was a top 25 still, so it wasn't terrible. Obviously, I want more. That's just how you are as a competitor.
So tell me about what you think about this year's team. Obviously, the first tournament was great, finished third. But as you look at it, what do you think of this year's team? Not yourself, but the team. You're strong? You got good balance. Everybody can score at different times, and
I mean, I definitely believe so. I think we got 9 great players, and I think everyone can definitely make the team and contribute. Everyone is very high talented, and I think we have a good spring for us.
What's your take?
Yeah, I think we're pretty young as far as a full team. I'm a junior myself. We got another junior. We got 3 grad students, but other than that, we're all underclassmen outside of me and another guy in my grade. So I think there's room for improvement, of course, as always, but I think we're trending in the right direction. Golf is it's a wavelength, and you want to try to stay on the upward wavelength as much as possible. And yeah, I think everyone's bought into what we got to do to be better and to beat the teams like Illinois on a week-to-week basis. And yeah, I think there's a bright future ahead of it.
That's good stuff. We're about ready for the lightning round. You guys ready for that? That's the bizarre questions that come your way.
All right.
So you got to catch them, and then the ones you got to dodge maybe to get there. But we'll start with the easy ones. Do you figure golf to be in your future once your career here is over? Is this something you want to choose to play professionally in one of the leagues, or stay in as a business, maybe be a rep, or?
That's definitely the dream, to play professionally. I think my dream is to play either on the DP World Tour or the PGA Tour. Obviously, there is a long road ahead, and there are a lot of good players. But I mean, that's the dream for sure. But if not, I'm always gonna play golf. If when I retire from working or retire from actually playing professional golf, I'm gonna still playing golf. It's something you can do your whole life, and I think that's one of the beauties with the game.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I do believe so. I mean, that's always the dream when you're playing as a little kid, practicing by yourself. You dream about making putts for certain tournament wins and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's definitely something in the future. Of course, you're gonna have to work hard for it. There's a lot of great players, and yeah, I mean, I think if anyone wants to be successful, I think you gotta go for excellence.
So what is it about the game? Because you never hear anybody say, I'm just burnt out on golf. You know what I mean? I don't need golf. And it kind of stays with you, like you're talking about, forever.
Yes, sir.
Any idea why that is? Have you thought about it? Or
I think it is kind of that ongoing chase for what you want to do with it. What is your ultimate goal? I think it's something that it's not necessarily fully hard on your body. So I mean, you can play for a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's something that is good for outings, meetings. I mean, if you're in a business, I mean, playing golf is one of the top things as far as like business meetings go.
Cut deals, man.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of versatility in golf itself.
So what's your dream course?
My dream course, I gotta
that
say,
you may have played or may not have played.
I have to say Augusta National. I mean, I know it's a boring answer.
That's an easy answer,
and that's
right?
what everyone says. But it has the Masters every year. I've been watching on the TV since I was probably like five years old. So I've actually been there once. I was on there on a practice day, and it just doesn't look real. Like
it's like hollowed ground, right? Like you should wear a suit and
yeah, you should. Like the grass, it looks fake, but it's not fake. It's crazy.
I'm sorry you disturbed that blade of grass. Can you put that back, please? Have you been there?
I have, yes, sir. Yeah, I would say. I mean, the basic answer is Augusta National. I mean, it's the premier of golf. It's what everyone tries to hold their own standards to as far as the golf course goes. It's hard to replicate it, but I mean, it's like Erik said. I mean, it looks fake. It's pretty unreal.
So all the sports have the entertainment and the music and everything. We don't in golf. And I think it's cool because Josh put on here, what would your walk-up song be? I think that's a great question. Why don't we have that walking up to the first tee?
I mean, I'll probably have some country music, honestly. Probably like some Morgan Wallen, maybe.
Wow.
I don't know.
And a particular song?
I mean,
or take
Broadway
your pick.
Girls, probably.
Broadway Girls.
Yeah, that's
I think it's very appropriate for you. Yeah.
I think that's a great song. So.
What would you have?
I would probably have to go with something by Lil Baby, honestly.
Morgan Wallen, Little Baby.
Yeah. It's probably. I've been in a free promo right now a little bit. Honestly, I'd probably stick with that. Honestly.
Yeah. All right. So here's the question that a lot of people get, but I don't think I've ever asked a golfer this. Your dream foursome. So who's your other three guys?
I mean, I think I have to play with the GOAT, right? Tiger Woods. And then probably.
Are they all golfers?
Probably a soccer player. Who would I pick for a soccer player? I don't know.
You're just picking athletes, or?
Yeah, probably athletes.
Yeah.
I think I need to think about that one a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what the lightning round rules
Oh,
are.
really?
Sorry. So if you can't answer the question, just tap out, hit a buzzer. I'm just kidding. So Tiger Woods for sure.
Yeah, Tiger Woods for sure.
I mean, it could be your granddad. Who knows? So who's your three?
Yeah, I would probably say, I mean, Tiger.
Don't answer the same one.
No. Tiger, of course. I'd probably have to throw some type of comedian there, like Kevin Hart or someone like that.
Kevin Hart.
I think it'd be quite funny to see him.
You want to laugh on the course, right? Between shots.
Yeah, you want to keep it light for sure.
Sure.
And then probably my dad. Honestly, yeah.
Your dad, Kevin Hart, and Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah. That would be pretty electric.
That'd be good. Why dad?
He's just been a cornerstone for me. He's always been by my side and taking me to all these tournaments when I was a little kid. He's always been there with me. So I think it's something you got to include.
Is he good at golf?
He's all right.
You can beat him, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, he called me yesterday asking if I've ever done this one thing at our home course. He thought he beat me on one thing, and I told him, I've done that like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's old hat, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah, so.
Hate to disappoint you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, good stuff. Congratulations on the start. Keep it up, and we'll be keeping tabs on you as the season goes.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
All right, that's our Blazers of the week, and we got a lot more coming back. We're going to talk to the head coach and much more here on the Inferno podcast. Hang on.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank embrace the if in life.
Welcome back to the Inferno podcast. Scott Griffin here. Time for Coach's Corner, brought to you by Viva Health and Pepsi. Charlie Hoyle is here, our UAB men's golf coach. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You guys are really doing well because the first term of the year, third?
Yeah.
And over only behind Illinois that's ranked, but ahead of other teams like Rice that are ranked, and a pretty strong field. And wow, what a start!
Yeah, it's a great start. Our first event of the spring actually got canceled because of cold weather. So that was not great, but we managed to pivot, play an individual event that got us ready for the team event. So, we beat both our conference rivals that were there down in Mobile, beat Memphis and Rice, both top 60 teams.
Didn't think about that, right.
And beat some other, very, very strong teams too. So it was a good start to the spring. Like I've told the guys, we've talked about it with the guys, it's certainly not our ceiling, that's where we need to be kind of week in, week out. Golf's not always that way. I mean,
no.
You don't know what you're going to get, but
right.
Beat some great teams and some great, well-coached teams. So a great start to the spring. Yeah.
Can you build in golf? Because what you're talking about, a lot of teams can, in basketball or football, get better as the year goes. Can the same be applicable just in the sport of golf, do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, we talk about it with our guys all the time that there's going to be ups and downs in any game in life. There are ups and downs, right? But especially in golf, you can have it one day, maybe not quite have it the next day.
Yeah.
The key to it, is getting that overall trend higher on the back end and limiting, the valleys that you see. So to answer your question, yeah, you can definitely build to a point that's going to get you, competing for a conference championship, competing at NCAA regional. And the way our schedule is set up this spring, I think it's kind of lending itself to that. And we've seen some great improvements from everyone on the team from the fall to this point. I think if we keep doing what we do, day in, day out, we will see that overall improvement, come to fruition in April.
Yeah, and it's intriguing to be with golf because they're adding up all the strokes.
Right.
You don't get any. So I can miss 7 shots in a basketball game, and our team can win, and we can still shoot 50%, and my little 7 kind of disappears. Not the case if I shoot a 78. But to your point, what I think I hear you're saying, if I can make that 78 a 74 or 75,
right,
I've still helped the team. So you got to get through the valleys like you're talking about, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And also with our sport, there's no subbing out. There's no subbing in.
Yeah, I can't bring
out.
in somebody else, right?
Right.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, once you're in tournament play, obviously.
You're done. Yeah.
Right. So if you have a guy that's maybe just doesn't have it that day in one of those sports, you're out. We got another guy waiting.
Yeah.
And we have that on our roster. I mean, we have a deep roster full of talented guys, hardworking guys.
But you can't do it mid-round.
Can't do it mid-round. Can't do it in the tournament. You can once you get to a regional, you can. And once you get to the postseason, you can. Once you're in a tournament, you have 6 guys, and after the round happens, you can bring someone else in. But during the round, no, it's you've got to grit it. You grit it out, gut it out.
Is that the key?
Tricky.
Because when you're hot, you're hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're not worried about it.
Yeah.
You probably don't even follow your hot guy. You're probably over there. I'm guessing when you're walking around with your assistants to the guys that are struggling, and you're trying to shave off that 78 or 79 to a 75, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we talk about that with our guys all the time. About so in our sport we have 5 guys playing, and you take the 4 best scores each day. And so the key is to always believe and always think that you are a counter, because the moment you have one guy kind of mail it in for the day, it puts a lot of pressure on those other 4 guys. And, golf is such, again, a cyclical game. You don't know what's going to happen. You can hit a great shot, and get a terrible lie after the great shot that's going to cost 1, 2, 3 shots potentially. So you've just got to always have 5 guys in it, mentally as well as physically. And that's, it's definitely a different kind of ball game, when you compete, and you can't take anyone out. We're lucky that we have some strong guys, and like I was saying before, we have guys ready to step into the lineup. I mean, we saw that, excuse me, in Mobile. John Bruce, is a guy that hasn't really played in the lineup this year, but he stepped into the lineup in our 5th spot, and he gave us, a good couple rounds, gave us an even par the second round, which really helped the team. Yeah,
absolutely. So do you break it down into a match? Here's today, we got 18 holes, or does each hole have its own life? Because if you've had 4 bad holes, to me, okay, I can start over again on hole 5, right? So how do you approach that mentally with these guys?
It's shot by shot. It's
shot by shot, not even hole by hole.
No, because so much can change, from shot to shot, that if you get ahead of yourself or dwell in the past, that's when things can kind of spiral.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake and you dwell on that for 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 holes, all of a sudden that's a big portion of the 18-hole round gone. So, we talk about staying in the present, being mindful, just focusing on the shot that you have in front of you. If you can do that, I think either way, if you've got the hot hand like you were talking about, keeps you in the present, you won't get too far ahead of yourself. And if you're struggling, same applies. You just, okay, I'm going to focus as much as I can on this one shot, execute to the highest, highest of my ability on this one shot and move on.
So to me, it sounds like you're saying even if I'm putting for double bogey and I've lost the hole, it's still shot per shot. And I might have this putt that I could sink, this 8-footer, that might help me 2 holes from now.
Exactly.
The same thing.
You don't know. I think we're all focused in golf. You're focused. The hardest holes in an 18-hole round are the first 3 holes and the last 3 holes, in my opinion. Because the first 3 holes, you're trying to get off to a good start. You're a little nervy, coming out of the gates. And then the middle part of the round is kind of easy because you're free-flowing. The last 3 holes are the toughest.
We're running out of holes.
You're running out of holes. It's final, right? So, to your point, when you've got that 8-footer for double bogey, it's really important that you make that because you don't know how that's going to impact the team. Your round, where you stand in the field. So, just executing to the best of your ability on each shot. That's all you can do. So.
Charlie Hoyle, our guest, head coach of VAB in his 2nd year. So, do you think coaching golf is more mental than physical? Because they all have individual coaches, and then you can help them too. But you're kind of got to know 9 different swings and swing planes, and that would be difficult. So, it's an interesting dynamic as a head coach of this sport to me.
Yeah, it's unlike any other, really. I think the closest sport would be probably tennis.
Yeah.
College tennis. You've got individuals playing in that team aspect.
Right.
But yeah, to your point, we have 9 guys on our team that do things potentially 9 different ways.
Sure.
So I think the key, again, that mental / physical thing. I think golf is probably one of the more mentally taxing sports there are because you have so long between shots, right? Like you're in a reaction.
Your mind could go a lot of places.
Exactly. You're in a reactionary sport like a basketball, a football. Each play is seconds, right? And it's the same in golf. The golf swing only is a second. But you have such a long time between shots to think, man, why did I 3-putt there? You know?
It's a little bit like what you're talking about, maybe like a pitcher in baseball. You've got so much time, and you can throw 3 bad pitches, but that next one's am I wrong?
Absolutely, you're right.
Even though they've got a timer on them now, but they're still
and as a Brit, baseball's not on the
right.
front of my brain.
No,
but you're
no.
100% right.
Yeah.
Any sport that you have some time to think about things, and I think with our guys, everyone focuses in golf on the physical. They focus on the golf swing.
Yeah,
they
focus, my knuckle over.
Yeah, they focus on technique, and there are so many different parts to a golf swing that I think the mental piece of it often gets overlooked. And to me, if a guy hits a poor golf shot, my first question to them is, did you have a good target? Were you committed to the shot you were trying to hit? Did you know what shot you were trying to hit? If any of those 3 things are a no, or they weren't at 100%, the physical doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, so you have to have that mental piece, I think, before the physical piece. And I've seen it with some of the best players that I've ever coached, are not guys that necessarily were the most physically talented or physically gifted, but they're guys that just had something a little different, mentally, maybe an extra gear, or they they could just really bear down when they needed to. So it's a hugely mental sport for sure.
And get over a bad shot.
Exactly.
That's just one of the many.
Yeah.
But you don't want them standing there going, okay, do I need to do a 3/4 6 or a full 7? Or make your decision.
Yeah, no.
That's what you mean by being committed to it.
100%. So when we talk about being committed to a golf shot, it's those things that I talked about. Do you know how far you're trying to hit it? Do you know where you're trying to hit it? Because obviously, you're trying to hit it at the flag, right?
But there may be an area you need to land to attack the flag.
In golf, that's something that we deal with a lot. Is coaching guys out of firing at flags. We play really, really good golf courses a lot when we're traveling, and even here in Birmingham, we play some, fantastic championship level golf courses. But the key is to be able to aim away from a flag, because, the best way to describe kind of a golfer's shot pattern is more of a shotgun shape, right? So you don't really know whether you're going to get one that goes exactly where you're looking, or maybe 5 yards left, 5 yards right. So you're trying to center your dispersion, your shot pattern, in a spot that even if you hit kind of a not great shot, you're still going to be on the green with a chance, for a birdie, or you're going to have a chance to two putt for par. So, there's a lot that goes into it. That's for sure.
So you're a psychologist, basically.
Everything: bus driver, psychologist, swing coach,
picking the menu.
That's right.
Everything you can do. Charlie Hoyle, our guest here for a couple of minutes. So tell me about your team. Just give me a synopsis. What do you see of these guys?
Yeah, we've got, like I said, we've got some talent. We've got some depth. The big thing that I look for and that we have this year is, just the work ethic piece. We have 9 guys that, kind of show up before practice, stay after practice, and they want to be better, and they want to be coached as well. So we've got kind of a mixed bag as far as our roster. We brought in 6 players this year.
Wow.
So 6 of 9. So we had 3 returners.
So did you do transfer freshmen, or you mix it up?
Kind of a mix. So we had 3 transfers come in. So Erik Olin, who was just on, he's a grad transfer, came from Division II school. Had a good resume, but to his credit, and we've talked about it, he's been super coachable. And I think it's easy for a guy like him to come in and, say that, okay, well, I've had some success. I've played, at a high level and done pretty well. Like, I don't need your help.
Yeah, and I'm a graduate.
Right, and he's an older guy, and so, but to his credit, he's not been that way. He's taken everything we've given him. He's asked questions along the way. He's not just blindly followed, but and I think that's why he's improved so much, because he's been open to that, and so he's been great. We had another grad transfer, Alvaro Udobro, come from Tarleton State, so he's a 5th year too, and then we also had Alex Fierro, come from Mississippi State. He's a junior this year, so we'll have him for another year, which we're really happy about. And then our freshman, we brought in Patrick Delaney from Marietta, Georgia. He's, another guy that's just super hardworking, loves the game, lives the game, and he's come on leaps and bounds since he's been here. So he's been great. Clipper Salmon, maybe the best name in college golf. I don't know. That's
the best name in any sport.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. He's a phenomenal kid. So he's a freshman. He's from Tampa, Florida. You watch him hit a golf ball, it's pretty impressive. He does it. He beats to the rhythm of his own drum and does it like no one else does. But it's impressive to watch. And then we had Michael Hooterman come in. He's actually come in this spring, so he's going to redshirt this year.
Okay.
And then we had 3 returners. So just a little bit kind of all over the place, a little bit of a mixed bag. But I think
everybody can contribute.
Everyone can contribute. We've seen that. Other than Michael, who's redshirting this year, everyone's played in some capacity, played in the lineup, played as an individual, and I think that's what that's what makes good teams great, is the fact that you have some depth and you have guys waiting. If someone has a bad week, they know there's someone behind them ready to get in the lineup and ready to play, take the spot.
How do you see in the league as we begin to wrap up? Hal Williams, you had 2 there, Rice and Memphis. So, and I know it's probably hard to forecast the sport of golf with the league, but just from what you saw last year and knowing the league like you do.
As far as the strength of the American Conference?
Yeah, and then how you fit in with your team there.
Yeah, I mean, the American Conference is extremely strong in golf. We've got 2 top 40 teams in USF and Charlotte. I mean, perennially,
So the equivalent of that, let me stop you.
Yeah.
For people watching, because they're used to top 25 mentality, is that basically Is that top 10-ish?
I mean,
or is that?
I would say so. I mean,
you're top 40,
we've got
you are
350 Division I college
okay.
golf teams, in the country. So give or take.
So it's almost top 10%.
Yes. So very strong, very strong. And when you're going up against the SEC, Big Ten, those Power 4 conferences, I think it just shows the depth we have and the strength we have in the American Conference, that we have those teams in the top 25, top 40 in the country. So there's a lot of depth, and it's getting stronger. It's obviously only my second year here, but seeing the conference championship play out the way it did last year, I think the teams in it are going from strength to strength, and we're one of those. We're one of those teams that's improving daily. We're in a better spot than we were at the start of this year, certainly than we were last year, and we're just going to continue to build on that, that success and improve as much as we can. I
mean, when you've got finally a Graham McDowell kind of name and alum here, who I think won an Open and was probably
U.S. Open.
Yeah,
U.S. Not the Open.
It's true.
U.S.
Yes,
Open.
sorry.
Yeah,
he's from
okay.
England, folks.
Okay.
Yes. The Open to an American.
Yeah, I got you.
They're both huge.
Yeah. I'd take either one of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can't divide the importance of those.
No.
But he was probably top 20. I don't have the stats in my head, for 3-4 years on the tour, and such a great name. So I guess the question I'm asking is, you could come to UAB and do some things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the college athletics has changed a lot since the early 2000s. Obviously, everyone knows that. But I think, the things that made UAB golf great in the past, and the things that allowed players like Graham McDowell to improve, in the past, we still have those things. And those things are the championship level golf courses that I was talking about. Obviously, our weather is
fantastic.
Is better. Yeah. We were talking about the Midwest earlier. A little bit better than that.
Just a touch.
And so, we still have those things here. And I think that, with a coaching staff like we have between me and Coach Wedgeworth, I think we have the ability to have some All-Americans in our program. We have the ability to contend at the regional level and the national level and for a conference championship. And so, nothing's changed in that regard. How you get there, with scheduling and some support from the community, obviously it changes a little bit from the way it was in the 2000s, but all those things that made those teams successful in the past, we still have here.
And how bad can your day be?
Yeah.
Because when you get home at the end of the day, regardless how bad it is, I was at the course all day.
That's what we've that's what we've talked about.
It's everybody's dream.
Yeah, and especially, we're very fortunate here in Birmingham with these golf courses that we have that graciously, invite us in and let us play them. At Shoal Creek, Country Club of Birmingham, Vestavia Hills, Old Overton, Greystone, Mountain Brook Club. These guys, I think, we've got a trip coming up this week that's phenomenal. And I think when you play these golf courses on the regular, it's easy. It's like anyone, it's like anyone. You do something over and over, you get a little complacent, maybe. Yeah. I don't think these guys do, but it's easy to get to that place where you're like, I'm going out to this golf course today. and there's people at home, that would just give whatever they could.
Creek's
to
had
play.
a couple of PGAs.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. So, So anyway, very fortunate, and it's something we talk about a lot as well, as just being thankful for what we're doing. There's guys, I get, 500 emails a week from kids, high school kids, transfers, whoever it is. Hey coach, really interested, becoming a Blazer. And so when you're part of a 9-man team, and you've got all these people that are wanting to be a part of that, you've got to think about that. You know, I think it's important to kind of ground yourself and understand, the situation you're in. Because when you're in sports, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. When you play a bad round or you don't play well in a golf tournament, it's easy to be down in the dumps a little bit. I've been there.
Yeah,
I get it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But at the same time, understand, there's people that would love to be in your situation. So, and our guys do a good job of that. They don't get complacent. They understand they're in a great spot. So,
Well, good luck the rest of the year. We'll be keeping
Thank you.
tabs on you.
Yeah,
Probably get
appreciate
you back
it.
on and talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime.
Charlie Hoyle, head coach of the UAB golf team. We'll take a break, come back aboard the Inferno podcast. Hang on.
Oh yeah, oh no. Oh yeah, let's roll. Let's roll.
Welcome back to the Inferno podcast. This week in Blazer Nation, again, with spring sports, you can expect busy schedules, and we certainly have that. And, of course, Blazer Nation and the schedules brought to you by Children's of Alabama. Beach volleyball just started their season. They got a huge upset of number 18 Washington last week. They're back in a plane going to Long Beach State, Santa Clara, LMU, Cal State, Bakersfield. UAB's the only one that doesn't fit with all those California schools, but they'll be right there at the Long Beach State Invite, and that's coming up. UAB bowling at the Music City Invite in Nashville, just up the road as well. Baseball in full swing, taking on Middle Tennessee State. That'll be at UAB Baseball's stadium there. Women's tennis as well versus North Texas. That'll be in the Hoover Met area there. And UAB softball is fast growing and fast moving right now, taking on North Texas as well, the 6th through the 8th. Women's golf will be at the Chris Bannister Golf Classic as we go along. Men's tennis at DePaul. This is in Houston, however, for that match. And UAB women's soccer right down the road at Alabama, taking on an SEC team at 1 o'clock on March 7th. Women's basketball still in their season, of course, March 7th as well against UNC Charlotte. That's a 2 o'clock tip-off there. Men's tennis back in action March 8th, and they're taking on number 62 Rice at 11 o'clock. And you heard the golf coach talking about the rankings. 62 is really good, so that's going to be one to keep an eye on as well. Women's tennis against Tulane, 12 o'clock at the Hoover Met as well on March 8th. And then men's basketball, of course, against East Carolina is a 2 o'clock tip-off as well. Men's golf, to wrap up the schedule, very busy, is March 9th at Palmetto Intercollegiate in Aiken, South Carolina. So Mr. Olin will be going back to where he was came to UAB as a transfer, right back to Aiken, South Carolina, playing there. We'll look for him to do well in that regard. And UAB women's golf at the Chris Bannister Golf Classic again at Silver Lakes Golf Course as well. So very, very busy schedule to keep you updated and to keep an eye on for all the UAB athletics going on this week. For all the guys that helped put this together, Scott Griffin saying so long. We'll see you next week right here on the Inferno podcast. Thanks for watching.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.